Hafade, and welcome to the Health, Home, and Lifestyle edition of KUAM News Extra. I'm Isa Baza, so glad you could join us. Coming up in tonight's show, we give you some nutritional tips from the Core 6 program at the Paradise Fitness Center. But first, here's this week's Health Check report with Nurse Jen Artero.
Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Thanks, Isa. Looking good at Paradise as always. Let's talk about what you should know about your baby's bottle and how tooth decay occurs. Baby bottle tooth decay is a condition that can ultimately destroy the primary teeth of an infant or a young child. It occurs when the child's teeth are frequently exposed to sugary sweet liquids for long periods of time. These are the toddlers that have the black, silver, or disfigured brown stained teeth throughout their mouth. What happens is that these sweet liquids, such as milk formula, fruit juices, Kool-Aid, and sodas, eventually turn into a thin, sticky, colorless film of bacteria, causing acid to attack your child's tooth enamel. The secret to prevention is to practice good oral hygiene now. Wipe your baby's gums with a clean washcloth, or you can buy an infant gum cleaner at any supermarket after each feeding as soon as your baby's tooth first appears. It's important that mommy and daddy never allow baby or toddler to fall asleep with a bottle nestled in their mouth containing milk, fruit juices, sweetened liquids, or a pacifier dipped in sugar or honey. To reduce the chances of tooth decay, children should be encouraged to drink from a cup by the age of 1. Another dental recommendation is to take your child for their first dental visit within 6 months of the eruption of his or her first tooth and no later than the baby's first birthday. Fact is that all of us have 2 sets of teeth, primary and permanent teeth. Truth be told, many people here on Guam and everywhere around the world believe that primary teeth, also known as baby teeth, are not so important because they eventually and naturally fall out. So why bother with these baby teeth, right? Wrong. Baby teeth are very important because they hold space in the jaw for permanent teeth. They help the child chew, pronounce words correctly, and give structure to the face. I'm Nurse Jen reminding you, don't wreck yourself, health check yourself. Tune in next week Tuesday for Health Check right here on KUAM News Extra with me, Nurse Jen. Email me any health and wellness ideas or topics to nursejen@kuam.com.
Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Thanks, Nurse Jen. Stay tuned. Up next, there's more Health, Home, and Lifestyle after the break.
Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Hafade, and welcome back to Health, Home, and Lifestyle. I'm here at Paradise Fitness Center with Coach Des from the Core 6 program and, of course, a participant named Soli. So, Soli, what made you decide to get involved in Core 6?
Well, I heard about Core 6. I didn't really know what was it about until I talked to Coach Des, and she was telling me a little bit of what to expect, and so I decided to join, and so I'm basically doing this for strength training and stamina.
Okay, so definitely a great program to help you build strength because we do circuits, a lot of using weights, definitely building that strength in your arms, legs, your entire body. Mm-hmm. And so, you mentioned that it's not just about getting in shape for you, it's not just about building strength, it's also for health reasons. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Right, about, I would say 10 years ago, I injured my back. And so I went to the doctor and he told me it was either to get surgery or do some strength training. So then that's what got me involved in the gym. And then I started doing some research and I decided to just take all the classes I can and see what fits for me and what doesn't. And as I developed to get stronger, I started taking more extreme classes. And so now, since I met Coach Des, she's gonna help me out, get even more, in shape and straighten my back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how long before starting this program had you been going to Paradise and trying out the different classes?
I would say about 3 years now. I've been here 3 years, off and on. I wasn't really a regular until about 3 years ago.
Okay, so there are so many different kinds of classes here. What made you decide to go with Course 6 over some of the other things that are offered here?
It's something different, and it challenges you, and they had structured it in such a way that it it can accommodate to all different levels of your fitness level and your strength. And so I thought it would be something exciting and new to do. And that's what got me involved with it.
All right, Coach Tess, I know that you were kind of involved in pushing her to join this program, and is she also doing some training with you?
Well, we haven't actually started our one-on-one training. Sully has actually been trying to get me to be her personal training for quite some time now, but I've just been so busy. So when slots finally opened up, I contacted her, and she got with a fitness consultant, and we told her about Core 6 as well. So she actually signed up for both. She's like gung-ho. She's ready to accomplish her fitness goals, and so she's in Core 6, and yeah, she has signed up for one-on-one training as well.
Okay, so you participated in the nutritional workshop that just happened, because it's not just about lifting weights and building strength here, it's also about overall wellness. And so we had just recently the nutritional workshop. How was that experience for you?
It was actually enlightening. It was very informative. Things that I thought I was doing right, I wasn't really doing right. A lot of label reading, which a lot of us, well, for me, I'm speaking for myself, I don't really know how to read the labels, so to speak, and what to look for that's right for my body. So this class was very informative because it teaches you at your fitness level what to look out for and what intakes you must have more of and less of.
All right, Des, and I also attended the nutritional workshop with you and Greg. And you know, it's one thing to go to the gym and build strength, maybe increase your fitness, but if you're not dieting properly or you're not eating the right way, it can have negative effects. So you might be doing all this working out, but you're not eating enough, and so maybe you're not building the muscle. Can you tell us a little bit about what we learned and how that affects our progress in the class?
You know, we wanted to add on this nutritional element to the program because you're right. Most people will start off their fitness journey and think that that's enough. But we wanted to offer it to kind of educate everyone as to what you do outside of the gym, because that's really where it's going to count. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, because there's so much information out there, a lot of people get into these trendy diets or crash dieting, or they, you know, they do something like cut carbs out because that's what most people do to lose weight fast. So we don't, you know, we don't put anyone on specific diets, but we just share our knowledge. We share things that we have done ourselves and learned from. We share research that we've done, and, you know, just kind of educate everyone as to how food works, what it does to the body, and just kind of emphasize the importance of looking at food as fuel for the body to perform.
Okay, so as for you, are there any specific changes you're looking at making, you know, after taking that nutritional workshop?
I've tried implementing more protein into my diet. It not only builds your muscle and recovers your muscle from a good workout, but I was told to incorporate a little bit more carbs because of the energy element of it all. And that I have noticed because I used to come into class really tired and fatigued. So when I started incorporating a little bit more carbs, then it worked. Then I now have more energy.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add, you know, for people out there, maybe who, I actually have a lot of friends and family who have back issues, and there are a few people in this class who do as well. Any advice for people out there who are, you know, thinking about working out in order to aid them with their health issues?
Sure. First of all, as I did, I consulted my doctor first. Once I got the clearance from my doctor, then I consulted a fitness instructor. Then they will help you to go at your own pace and do the exercises that are good for you and not good for you, and then you just go from there, and then just baby steps, do a little at a time until you can get your strength, and then you can be able to do more. But it's for everybody. It's not for those who think they can't do it, because you can, and I think you just have to come in and try it out.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You'll never know until you actually try it for
Until you actually try it.
yourself.
Correct.
All right. Thanks so much, Sully. Thanks so much, Coach Des. Stay tuned. We'll have more health, home, and lifestyle after the break.
Health, home, and lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Hafa Day, and welcome back to Health, Home, and Lifestyle. We're here with Chris and, of course, Coach Greg from the Core 6 program at Paradise Fitness Center to talk about some nutritional tips. And we just had our nutritional workshop, which is a part of the Core 6 program, the 6-week fitness program at Paradise Fitness. And so, we attended. Chris, what were your thoughts on the workshop?
I think one of the thoughts I had was, and I was surprised to find out that sometimes when you have something that's, good for you, I kind of had this mentality like, oh, peanut butter is good for me, or oh, almonds are good for me. Let me just keep like eating it. And little did I know, and thankfully now I do because of the nutritional workshop they had, is that that's not always the case. Like something like peanut butter, which has, protein and good fats, it's easy to overdo that. And Coach Greg was explaining that, like, how much peanut butter you use. I mean, I didn't even realize I was getting so carried away.
So definitely, Coach Greg is one kind of leading that workshop. And as we all know, diet and making healthy choices can be a little bit complex. So he tried to break it down. And just like Chris was saying, just because something's healthy, maybe it's organic or whatever it might be, but you still have to think about how many calories it has, the fat content, carb content, protein content, and also timing was an important thing that you mentioned. So can you tell us a little bit about how timing should be factored into your diet?
So timing, it's going to be a little bit complex, but there are certain times of the day that you want to eat certain foods. So like one of the things we brought up was post-workout, you want to have something a little bit higher on the glycemic index, whether it's pineapples or, like for me, things like low-fat cereal. Those are things that you can kind of incorporate post-workout, which normally could eventually work against you, but if you time it correctly, it can be beneficial rather than detrimental to your fitness goal.
All right, and also right after you work out, that's when you kind of want to replenish all of the nutrients that you just used throughout your workout. So there were some nutrients that after workout suggestions you had, maybe protein shakes?
Yes. So a lot of people, when they start a fitness journey, they always start they go to Vitamin World and they're trying to source all these supplements, thinking that everything that that they're recommended is going to be helpful to them. But there's only a few basic things that you really need to incorporate. So what we always say is if you're going to invest in something, always invest in like a multivitamin. And then if you're going to buy a supplement, try to get some protein, because you can't beat the convenience. As long as your stomach, you're not lactose intolerant or whatever, the bang for the buck is it's hard to beat, especially post-workout.
All right, definitely. And like Coach Greg just mentioned, number one thing you want to do is get that multivitamin for your body, whether you're a woman or a man. They sell those vitamins at Vitamin World, and you can even buy them online in the grocery store. Anything else that stuck out to you at the nutritional workshop?
One thing that really stuck out to me was how they talked about replenishing the protein, and how when you work out your muscles break down, and how that can also help you from being sore. Coach Greg, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so pretty much what happens is as you're working out, you're pretty much tearing the muscle. There's little micro tears that happen, and then over time, those micro tears will heal, and that's how your muscles get bigger. But if you're not properly fueling, especially post-workout when your body's already catabolic, you're gonna prolong the healing process of those tears, which honestly, muscle soreness there's a lot of confusion about it. There's not really much evidence on what really causes it. But if you think about it, when you get a sore, it hurts. The more it heals, the less it hurts. So that's the way I kind of look at just repairing the body. And one of the ways you can do that is by, like I said, getting some high glycemic carbs in there, and then also something like a protein shake or something quick digesting like egg whites.
All right. Another thing that we mentioned, so since we're talking a little bit about different supplements, different healthy choices to make, one thing that was brought up at the nutritional workshop was pre-workout. And so I think that's something I hear a lot with a lot of my friends that go to the gym. What did you think about our conversation about that?
I thought it was really enlightening because, yeah, I know a lot of people go to the gym and they take those pre-workout things, which give you like a lot of energy. And I feel like I'm scared like my heart would pop because like Core 6 is already a hard workout. And I mean, just in the warm-up alone, that kind of gets you going. So I thought Coach Greg had some interesting things to say about that. And then his story with like, you know, feeling like he was having a rapid heartbeat kind of made me realize that I'm making the right choice and not like, you know, taking a lot of those pre-workout juicer things.
So that's just one of the things where you have to be a little bit more cautious because it has a lot of caffeine.
So those pre-workouts or those fat burners, a lot of them are loaded with stimulants. There's some on the market that are non-stimulant based, which they're just not going to give you that euphoric feeling that caffeine gives you. But I mean, the main reason why you're taking it is to, you know, aid in the fat loss. The caffeine is just going to give you that mental boost. Yes, you're going to get that jolt of energy, but when you're incorporating something that's high intensity, such as this or interval training, your heart rate's already going to be elevated. I don't think it's safe to elevate it even further because you don't know how much your heart can, you know, handle. Of course, there's target and max heart rate, but I mean, those are all just theories pretty much. So I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah, so definitely also want to consult with your doctor if you have any health issues. Any last thing you'd like to add before we wrap up?
You know what? A lot of people try to overcomplicate dieting and stuff. Like we always preach here, just start making better healthy choices. Cut down on the simple sugars, the sodas, the teas. Just from doing that, I guarantee you'll see some type of improvement. But pretty much just try to talk to people who have done it, people who have had successful diets, and stay away from the fad dieting, pretty much.
All right, thanks so much, Coach Greg. Thanks, Chris. Stay tuned, we'll have more health, home, and lifestyle after the break.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Moss. Health, home, and lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
That's it for tonight's show. Don't forget, if there's a health, home, or lifestyle topic you'd like to see us cover, email me at isa@kuam.com. We'll see you next week, and stay healthy, Guam.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.